Hey guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis. You know we love to go for a drive. Usually post a longer video on Saturdays. I'm in Aransas, Texas. There's the Gulf of Mexico. There it is. Tide's coming in right now. It's not high yet. It's not high yet, man. It's still early, you know what I'm saying? There's the Corpus Christi ship channel. We still got about a half hour, 40 minutes before a ship comes through. There you go. You see that structure over there on St. Joe's Island? I believe that's used as a tower for weather and navigation. I think so. What do I know? This would be a good time for me to balance my camera. See if it stays balanced. There you go. I'll try not to move it around too much. I have the camera mounted. I have my windows up. I have the air conditioning on. That's to keep the camera cool and from shutting off. It's 10:07 a.m. so I know roughly when we started. If we go to 10:37 a.m. I know I've been yakking too much. It's a nice day, guys. The sun's out. I think it's about 87 degrees. The heat index, it just has a picture of hell with flames on it. But our air quality is moderate. I love that. The oxygen that we are absorbing to keep us alive, it's okay. It's better when we were having the constant smoke from the fires up in Mexico. Looks like they're working over here. Well, we better get over there and check it out, huh? They're keeping the beaches drivable. Aransas does a really good job with that. I've seen on our favorite Facebook group, Rescue 361 Rescue Group. Those clouds, ominous, but they're fluffy above it. That a lot of people have been getting stuck, not really on the part of Aransas that I drive, but as you head further south, especially out on Padre Island National Seashore, Pins. We're coming up into dunes. We know there's a lot of wildlife in the dunes. You know, I saw two young people, I want to say college age, yesterday, and they were standing at the top of the dunes, and I don't know if, you know, they know or not, so I stopped politely, and this was received well, by the way. I said, hey bud, not busting your chops or anything, but you know it's illegal to be up there. And he said, yeah, we live here. I'm like, okay, do your thing. Just trying to save you a fine if the wrong law enforcement agency sees you. But he wasn't rude or anything. And I was thinking, you know what, he's just standing at the top of the dunes. He's not bothering anyone. It's not like he was ripping out big sections of the dunes to put in dormitories, right? Oh, that's different. That's right up here on the right. I think we need more dunes, not less dunes. Usually I've been driving through here early at like 7 a.m. We're going through at 10:10 a.m. and all the construction workers are here. By the way, I have nothing against the construction workers. They're just trying to work. Is this guy going to walk out in front of me without looking? Yeah, he did. Yeah. I know he's not on camera, but totally oblivious to the 2-ton rolling steel that's coming towards him. He's still not on camera, but he's still... Could you get out of the road? Could you have a little common sense? Huh. I guess the hard hat is to keep all the shit in his brains. Alright, now I do got something to get against construction workers. Not all the workers, just that guy. What's Spanish for oblivious? Alright, everybody calm down. Everyone calm down. Take your medicine. Everything's gonna be alright this morning. Oh yeah. Woo! It's a gorgeous day in Port Aransas. I like this little street. Cotter Avenue. If you go straight, it'll take you right to where the ferry exits. Right up to the entrance of... Well, you guys want to... should we make a left at Allister Street? Or go up to Roberts Point Park and do a quick tour through there? You guys decide. Talk amongst yourselves. Let me know what the outcome is. Calvin, can you give me a count? Right? Roberts Point Park it is? Okay. Don't blame me. Calvin did the counting. Check out that channel, RV Living with the Geezer. Favorite channel of Mayan and the world famous Johnny, I Don't Have a Girlfriend, Petroglia. There's that sip yard that's going to open up. Drinking and stairs. What could possibly go wrong? I always thought a bar should look like a moon bounce, you know? You get loaded, you just bounce around. They bounce you out to your Uber. Then the poor Uber driver gets to deal with you. You forget to tip because you're drunk. Good times. Origins. I cooked an interesting breakfast this morning. I cooked ground venison with some of the Sasquatch seasoning from my friend Weenus sent me, and a little bit of extra garlic powder in there. Cooked it up like, chopped it up like you would hamburger. Checked the ingredients. The ingredients were deer. That was pretty good. Little darker than ground beef, but... And then I took some low sodium mozzarella cheese and put it on top of that. And I ate it that way and put the rest in a container. And it was good. The cheese and the... There's a ship right there, kids. There's a ship right there. That's the one that I said would be a while. Is that anchored? I think that's anchored there. I don't know. I saw that ship coming through this morning, and I just wasn't too excited about it. I filmed 3 ships since I got here to Port Aransas, and I'm like, that's enough. I like when people complain. Why do you always film a ship when you go to Port Aransas? Port Aransas. You figure that one out. Oddly enough, there is no port in Port Aransas. Who knew? My friend Lisa sent me a... sorry kids, this is how my mind works. My friend Lisa sent me a screen capture on the Rockport Fulton Facebook group. Someone complained that they just moved to this area and they saw Holiday Beach on a map. So they drove all around Holiday Beach and there was no beach there. Well, Holiday Beach does have a beach, but it's all private property. The houses are right on the beach. So other people mentioned places that, you know, my idea was there's no port in Port Aransas, and I forget what else we went with. There's no Kings in Kingsville. Public restrooms, who's got to go? By the way, I also want to mention this morning, for those of you keeping count, I used the second most filthy porta potty that I've ever used in my life. Used it this morning, and as dirty as it was, the toilet area was clean. It's like everyone else ran amok, and the person before me cleaned things up and made them nice. This is the very end of Roberts Point Park. The ships come right around that curve when we see them coming inbound. They come right around that curve there. And this is a great spot to see dolphins and sea turtles. And if we follow that little inlet, it would take us to Aransas Bay and Rockport, Texas. That's the Corpus Christi Ship Channel. Roberts Point Park is a very nice park. You can see it's got that lookout tower there. And there is a ship coming. You know what? Shall we park for a minute and act like we're doing a little ship watching? Let's see if we can get away. Oh, someone left a beer can on the ground. There's someone fishing. Let's go for, there's a wave runner going by. In a minute we'll have the ship coming through. I looked this ship up about 45 minutes ago. I believe it's going to be a crude oil tanker. It's around 250 meters. It's flying the flag of Greece. There was no destination yet, but it was coming from the port of Corpus Christi. So that should be coming through any day now. Can I punish you guys with a dad joke? Alright. What do you call a dad who falls through the ice? What do you call a dad who falls through the ice? That's an easy one. Popsicle. Popsicle. Dad joke calendar from my buddy Todd. If you didn't like that joke, email Todd and he'll probably go tell you to yourself. There you go. What does a pickle say when he wants to play cards? Dill me in. Dill me in. Dill me in. Okay, I like that one. Have you guys seen the videos where people are putting pickles in Dr. Pepper? And most of them are saying it's pretty horrible tasting. I like pickles, and I can take a sip of pickle juice. Not a huge fan of Dr. Pepper. It's okay. I know it was discovered, if you will, in Waco, Texas. Here comes the pilot boat. I believe there's a Dr. Pepper museum there. I know it's distributed by the Coca-Cola company. There's dolphins out there too, guys, if you're catching them. Alright, this boat is the Aristi. Almost the Aristi. A-R-I-S-T-E-A. Lots of dolphin action going on out there. Should be on the right-hand side of your screen. They're very busy. I don't think they're going fast enough that any dolphins are going to jump. But they're out there. Maybe they'll jump in. So, crude oil tanker, and it's obviously full by how low it is. And you see the water coming out of the front there? They're releasing ballast. And that'll, when a ship is empty, it'll take on water. In the olden ships, they would put rocks in the bottom of the ships. to use as ballast. But the more modern ships, most of them will intake water, use it as ballast. It can also be used, and it depends on the ship, to help keep things cool, help keep the engines cool. I like to tell people the main thing about the water coming out of the front is to keep the anchors shiny. To keep the anchors shiny. There you go. And where it says T on the side of this particular ship, that's where the tugboats line up if they have to push it. Those areas are reinforced. My friend A Surfer, check his channel out, link in description. He noticed the no smoking sign on this on a ship, and most of them do have that no smoking. This one says no smoking, safety first. Let's see if we can back up and not hit anything. You guys let me know if you hear any jagged metal being crushed. We've done some good deeds today, guys. We didn't run over a construction worker. That guy probably had on like sound canceling earplugs, or maybe he just didn't care. He had. When you walk out in front of me, you have more confidence in my driving ability than I do. Sometimes at Rockport Beach, I might have mentioned this recently, I get to the beach when it's dark. Like, sometimes they let you in early, like 5:45 a.m. It's dark. And there'll be people there walking on the side of the road, which is awesome. But they'll be wearing like dark blue or black. So when I go through some of the areas where there's no overhead lighting, I turn my high beams on. And I had a couple, a guy and a girl, absolutely furious that I had my high beams on. And guess what they were wearing? Yeah, one was dressed in black, one was dressed in dark blue. A lot of people wear a reflective vest, or at least reflective shoes, or at least light colored clothes. Sometimes, you know, it's foggy, it's dark, it's smoky. I think it's awesome they're getting up early and walking, but it's not going to be much of a walk if I accidentally run you over. And you could say you have the right of way and you're not doing anything wrong, and you're not, but that's still not going to stop someone from running you over accidentally. So you have to use common sense. You remember when you would be out walking and you'd see a car backing up in the parking lot, so you would stop so the car wouldn't hit you? Nowadays, people just walk. They'll walk right in back of you and stare at you like they're daring you to hit them. And that is how people get hit. You could be in a driver's blind spot, and next thing you know, you're on the ground. So the ferry exit is right to our right. Let's go this way. Kind of like going down Beach Road, because I really enjoy that it brings you out at the pier. Let's use our turn signals. What do you say? Don't get me started on golf carts. I'll be with you in a second. I'm suppressing my golf cart rant. They've been doing a lot of work on condos and things right here. I cleaned my windshield just before we started filming. So I'm sure driving into the sun you might see a streak that I missed, but I really took my time and cleaned it. At least on the driver's side. There's just been so much gunk in the air. I have to clean the inside of my windshield like at least every 2 days now. directly into the sun, and it looks okay to me. But that doesn't mean the camera's not picking up gunk. We're coming back to Allister Street. Did I say McAllister earlier? I know too many people name McAllister, that's why. This is Allister Street. There's the donut shop on the left, the one I've shown and mentioned about 20 times in my video. When we were here a few days ago and it was National Donut Day, I said Dunkin' Donuts was giving away donuts for National Donut Day, but I didn't want to drive 82-mile round trip to get a free donut. And 3 people let me know that there's a donut shop in Port Aransas. Thank you. I appreciate that. There's a big Bud Light truck. Probably going to Shorty's. Let's go down Beach Street. And we could go right now, but maybe we'll see some beautiful women in a golf cart. Nope. From one of the other videos that I already posted, I saw 2 young ladies in bikinis, gorgeous, walking their dog. And I said to them, if I go over there, meaning like 50 yards away, can I just film you guys walking your dog? And they said yes, and they asked me about the, I told them it was for my YouTube channel. They asked what the channel was, and you go ahead, Mr. Truck. You're hauling a big trailer. You go right ahead, sir. He was nice. He was going to let me go. And he waved thank you. Huh. Must be from out of town. And it occurred to me that after I filmed everything that I am so old that the whole time these 2 absolutely gorgeous, maybe 25, 26-year-old girls are talking to me, women are talking to me, I'm looking at their dog. That's how you know. And a great name for a dog that I haven't heard in a long time. Sparky. That's like naming your dog Spot. Hey, Sparky. Sparky, if you're watching, I hope you're doing well, buddy. I meet people with dogs, and then if they contact me later, I have to wait until, like, through an email or a message or something. I have to, I'll read the note, and they're like, hey, it's Dan and Barbara from Michigan. It was really nice to meet you. And I'm like, oh, wow, I wonder which ones they were. And then they're like, yeah, you were really nice to us and our dog Maxine. I'm like, oh, Maxine, okay. Now I know who you are. I like dogs. I like dogs. I love other people's dogs. I get to play with them and watch them and scratch them behind the ears. And then you get to feed them, pay for their vet bill, and pick up their warm poop with a plastic bag over your hand. So I think it's a win-win situation for me. There's the Horace Caldwell Pier. If you ever forget that, there's a sign right there that says Horace Caldwell Pier. It's nice to have that motorcycle. Pretty girl in denim shorts. Is there an age that you hit that you just stop looking? Yeah. There's the beach patrol. Everyone stand up straight. Calvin, hold this in case we get stopped. Beach patrol in front of the dunes. watched the video. I watched several videos this morning. I mean, I'm running playlists on my tablet, but I watched the video by kind of a new friend, Juliet. She was going on a road trip, and I watched a video from my friend Bree. Her and her daughter Venus are going to Alaska. So I left her a message that if she sees any bears, try not to look delicious. But yeah, Bree's channel is TGIF, and she makes good videos, but please don't tell her I said that. Who else did I watch today? Watched Rusty bought a Class C. He had already sold his other Class C. Rusty bought a Class C, decided he didn't want it and canceled it, and then decided he wanted it, so now he's on a road trip to pick it up. For those of you playing at home, Rusty is an older gentleman. I want to say Rusty's 78. Lived in Texas for most of his life. He goes out to New Mexico, different places. Rusty calls himself Fickle Man because he's gone through a few trailers, a few electric cars, a few trucks. I don't know, like I want to say 8 or 10 properties just since I've been buying them. I'm not buying them, watching them, and sells them. And in his mind, I don't think he's buying them to flip them. He's buying them because he wants them, and it's going to work great for him. And he's got restless bones, and good for him. At 78, he's still doing what he wants to do. So I'm sure if you watch me, you probably already know about Rusty 78609. I first came across Rusty's channel. I was probably 8 years ago, just researching Social Security, and a bunch of videos came up, and I picked Rusty's video that he had on the subject because it was 78609. I lived in 78382. And excuse me while I get a sip of water. And started watching his channels, and he traveled to a lot of Texas state parks that I wound up going to. Not all, but a lot, you know, and kind of used him as a tour guide, and learned about Marble Falls and Kingsland, and I met Rusty 13 times. Goliad State Park, Falcon Lake State Park, Corpus Christi Lake Corpus Christi State Park, Goose Island State Park, his home in Kingsland, his RV park in Llano, and I'm sure there's other places that I'm forgetting at the moment. And the last, it's probably been, well, when we had the polar vortex, what was that, 2 years ago? 3 years ago? That's the last time I saw Rusty. They're selling beach parking tags right there on the beach. You have to have a beach parking tag to park on the beach. This beach that we're driving on is considered a road. You do not need a beach tag for that, but if you're going to park, spend a few hours at the beach, stay overnight on the beach, you absolutely have to have a beach parking tag. They do have code enforcement that comes around and checks. And for 10:35 in the morning, it's pretty busy. Well guys, I think I said I wanted to end this at 10:37, right? That one video I posted last Saturday was like 45 minutes, and I only got 2 complaints about it. We actually ran out of road. I will say this, I'm coming up on mile marker, let's see what we got here. I think it says 10. Yeah, we're coming up on mile marker 10, and the beach is extremely drivable. There's no problems. I think once we get down into the 20s, that's where people are starting to have trouble. And the 20s would be about a mile from here. Right around where the bollards end, where kind of where the Tony Amos beach sign is. That's when people were having trouble. But I hope you're doing well. I'm feeling good. I slept on the beach in Port Aransas. I actually slept a little later today than I usually do. I got no complaints at all. There's a guy raking. He's going to set up his tent. I hope he's not going to set up his tent on this side of the bollards, which are the wooden pilings there. I don't recommend you do that. I would set up your tent just on the other side. Give you a little protection from any drunk driver that might be decide, even though he's going 15 miles an hour, it's a good time for him now. I hope you're all doing well, guys. I really do appreciate y'all hanging in there, supporting me by watching the channel. If you need to contact me, there's a description in every one of my videos. It's got my email, it's got my mailing address, it's got my links to PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. It's got my Amazon affiliate link if you use it to go to Amazon. It doesn't cost you anything, and Amazon takes care of me. Also has my Amazon wish list. It also has a description of, I don't know, 30 channels that I enjoy watching. There's even channels on there that don't watch me. That's okay. I don't watch my channel either. I am very grateful to be on the beach in Port Aransas. What's this turn right here? Does this go up to that little beach lodge place? I believe it does. Oh, the Sand Dollar. Okay. Sand Dollar City. We'll get a shot of that. Open. Looks like it's still for sale, guys. Put your bids in. Sand Dollar City. Thanks for riding along today, guys. There you go. There you go. Give you something better to look at. Place your bets. Thanks for watching.